Tonight, from U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, it's a special prime time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Minnesota Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. Now, they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they've certainly found their groove of late, winners of 5 in a row. And
I think the sky's the limit for this team. They're playing the best football that they've played in a long time.
Set to kick off.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And you've got to think that they've got to be feeling pretty fresh. You know, coming off of the open week, didn't have to play, right? Gives them a chance to rest up a little bit, heal some of those aches and pains, and excited about playing again. That really rekindles things a little bit. I want to see how they come out and establish themselves here early.
And that bye week coming right where they want it, in the middle of the schedule. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First down, but this one lines up to be incomplete. Dalvin Cook is running back, the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And all the way up to the 46. That one covers 29 yards. 1st down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
On 1st down, Hutchinson. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 7 yards, the pickup there.
47-yard line.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
From the gun on 3rd down, Hutchinson. 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 45. Now the man from Kentucky, this is Lynn Bowden, pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
The ball carrier.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He's brought down at the 31.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He can rack up those tackles in bunches in the run game from that middle linebacker spot.
And what he has to do is make sure he congratulates the guys in front and tells them thanks a lot because as the guy in the middle, the Mike linebacker, you're counting on your front 3, your front 4, front 5, whatever you've got in front of you to take up all the blocking, allow you to roam and hit. And that's what he did on that play.
It's a gain of 3. And the Lions first down.
Throwing on first down. Bates escaping the pressure right. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10 once again from the 28. To throw again. Bates. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hockenson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 18. It's a first down on a gain of 10. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. 2nd down and 12 at the 19-yard line. They'll roll him out right. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Paris Campbell, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. I may be an analyst, but I'm also a fan. I love it when people take the big shots downfield, but he was under a lot of duress, and I think that forced the incompletion downfield. Didn't have a real good chance to find his target.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On first and 10, Hutchinson complete. Jefferson the target. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll go out of bounds, making it all the way down to the 5. A big play there on the catch and run. 47 yards.
Goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll run with Cook. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in the end zone. Uses the spin. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled it to 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. Well, you've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
On third down, Bates. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
The third down pass. Intercepted.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
At the 21-yard line.
On first down, Hutchinson. This is caught at the end. taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. Looking to throw. Hutchinson under pressure now, and he's going to go down just inside the 5-yard line.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tough for an offense.
On second down, Cook. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Dalvin Cook.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't it?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on third down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Tyler Bass on for the field goal. A 30.
The kick by Bass is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead.
Vikings 10.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Second and
that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Carry-on Johnson on the carry.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Bates pass. Incomplete. Probably not.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9.
4-yard line.
Second and 9 from the 44.
Second and 9.
Cook. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48.
On the carry.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now, because usually you have the defense back on its heels. Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And that ball's going to angle out at the 3-yard line. A beauty. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
start to the drive. That's caught out on the left side. And they work this out past the 25.
Number 84.
23 yards, the final tally. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. They'll run it with Johnson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He's taken
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Up with 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Bates. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Taken down and sacked.
And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Hutchinson got his man complete over the middle. That's Nash. And they'll get this down to the 10. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Nice gain of 8 that time, and it's 2nd and goal.
Gain of 8. Brings up
more muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. They'll run for it with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Tyler Bass on for the field goal. A 19-yard.
The kick by Bass is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So put 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline, talk about it, right? Because you get that far, that deep, you want to come away with a touchdown. They'll take the 3, but they're going to file it away for the future.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
At their own 33-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
2nd and 10.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Bates will try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Campbell making the catch. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Operating from the gun, Bates. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after.
Looking for Hockenson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit.
Complete to
T.J. Hockenson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions have tied it. If they hit the extra point, they'll have the lead.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
13. Tucker McCann set to kick.
McCann's got it teed up. Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Setting up the screen for Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. 3rd down, Dalvin Cook. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down.
4-yard gain. It's 4th down.
Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Offense ready to kick off their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe. They might actually.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. 28-14 was your final score. Let's stay in the AFC East and head a few states down to check on the Jets at home at MetLife Stadium. and they were victorious in that one over the visiting San Francisco 49ers. 31-10 was the final score. And lastly, we'll all be tuned in on Monday night for what should be a great one between the Green Bay Packers and the Tennessee Titans. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone. One back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So here are the Lions to take over. Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Off play action. Bates. He's going to loft one deep left side here. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory.
Number 84.
It's a big play there for the Lions. 53 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So that'll back them up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
Johnson, the Lion ball.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. A second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
This has certainly been a physical game so far. Limited scoring opportunities for both sides. And there's another chance that goes unfulfilled.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Off the play fake. Bates sliding out of the pocket. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
To Johnson again. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Tucker McCann.
McCann's got it teed up. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks, because then the defense has the advantage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Hutchinson. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down.
Quarterback sacked.
Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Justin Jefferson.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down.
3rd and 9.
From the gun, Hutchinson. He's going to get this one down to Cook. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
Talk about angling that one perfectly, partner. We know the ball can bounce anywhere, especially how it's shaped. But that one, as if on cue, goes out of bounds perfectly.
Perfect indeed, right at the 1-yard line. Excellent coffin corner punt. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They scored a touchdown the last time they had the football, but things going to be a little bit more difficult this time.
No, certainly, because where they're starting, the goal isn't even thinking about a touchdown at this point. They're thinking about field position. A couple of first downs in order to give some room for their punter and maybe flip the field position for their defense.
They run again with Hines. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
Well, let's go ahead and detail this situation here. 3rd and long coming up, back near your own goal line. I would be very hesitant about throwing the football in this situation.
Maybe just run up the middle?
Yeah, I think that might be the spot for them. You got to try and find some space for your punter because you don't want him backed up where he has to alter what he does.
Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give him 25 yards.
Lions.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line.
Number 30.
Making the stop there, Daniil Hunter.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, but I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
The pass. Fumble on the play.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Intended for number 84.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. Taken right around the 44. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. Now our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. That'll be complete to Cook. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. That one a first down pickup of 8.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, Hutchinson. He gets this one into the hands of Donovan Cook. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It's a first down on a gain of 10.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
On 1st down, Hutchinson, short throw to Smith. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
The Vikings on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They run it again with Cook. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot, but they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
To throw on third down. Hutchinson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
Is no good.
Well, I was watching him in warm-ups, and he hit a 62-yarder that hit the crossbar and went over. This one a little bit inside of that, but not enough leg.
And the difference is what?
Well, your live conditions, right?
Live conditions, game conditions are a whole lot different than practice, where you just pop it up there, no rush, no pressure. I think maybe that takes a couple yards away from you when you have to do it when it's real.
Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
11 yards there, first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing, in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Off the bootleg. Bates. He'll buy some time right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. The Lions on third down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The ball carrier.
They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down.
20-yard line.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again. Bates. And it's caught. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. 63 yards receiving for him now. And that last catch good enough for a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swing, slant.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. McCann's got it teed up. Turns this to the 22.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team because as they drove downfield, you know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. Whereas let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams before. They were counting on those points. They didn't get them. Can they come back now, start over again, and grind it out?
Right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards.
48-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Hutchinson over the middle to Smith. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 10 more there and another first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, he'll drop to throw. And complete right side to Cook. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down.
4 yards. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Throwing on first down. Hutchinson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun. Hutchinson. Now he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
To Donovan Cook. No gain on the play. It's now
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on 3rd down. Hutchinson. And he finds Cook. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
From the gun, Hutchinson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
That's a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver. Partner, they're less than 2 minutes to go in the game, which means that this challenge was initiated by the fellas in New York.
And if you're the coach, you're thinking, thank you, New York. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun, Hutchinson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Jeff Okuda. And he'll get this back across the midfield, striping down the 47-yard line.
Well, that's the danger of throwing the ball to that part of the field, because if it does get picked off, as we just saw there, they can run a long way. They're actually fortunate they didn't give up a touchdown in addition.
They'll run on first down. It's Hines. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. That one looks like he'll throw here. His throw is going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. Rolling to his right. For the left side, it's complete. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11. They go to Johnson again. Oh, what a move. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up.
You've got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Carry on Johnson.
It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Again, it's Johnson. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. They'll try to run it in. Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal?
4th and goal at the 1-yard line.
And they're going to go for this thing. They're not going to leave anything to chance. They're going to roll the dice on 4th and goal. Here we go with Johnson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Lions add on to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not in their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us. We're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A 10-play drive that time. And the touchdown run came from Kerryon Johnson to cap things off.
Set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were coming off the extra week of rest, but this team started sluggish, and it really didn't get any better from there. And trailing big here in this 4th quarter. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. 7 yards there on the first down screen play. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. Incomplete. As time has run out on this football game. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. The game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Lions, they remain one of the hottest teams out there as the win moves them to 6-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against San Francisco. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.